Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast. This is our instalment of our Arsenal and United fan chat. It's supposed to be 3 Devils and a Gooner, but we've kind of switched it up today. We've got 3 Devils and 2 Gooners, just to have a little bit of a more kind of balanced perspective on the Arsenal front, because I know, Jen, we can be a bit, what's the word? Very undiplomatic towards Arsenal at heart, but I think after this weekend, it's not going to be a pretty show for you guys, but we thought that definitely it wasn't going to be pretty for us either, but we finally ground out the win. So I actually just wanted to start the show quickly, with it being our first show since obviously the tragic passing of Claude on AFTV. I did want to have a quick tribute to him, because it's not right and it needs to stop, the whole abusing on social media. I know Jen and Soph, you would have known him a lot better than what we did, but we all just wanted to pass on our sincere condolences and to say that we all need to take a stance to say that this needs to stop now. No matter what football team you support, no matter who you are, where you're from, it needs to stop. So I just wanted to start quickly with that before we get onto the show. And you'll see today that we have a new Gooner with us. It's Sophie, and she has her own YouTube channel. I believe it's Gooner Gossip TV. Is it, Soph?
Yeah.
Good. And very passionate Arsenal fan, loves the club. And tell us a bit about yourself. What's your favourite player and best moment as an Arsenal fan?
Thanks for having me on, by the way. I think my favourite player has to be either Tierney or Saka. And you know what? I've actually only been an Arsenal fan for about 4 or 5 years, so there's not actually been that many good moments. I can't actually lie. There's not been any great moments. I think for me, like winning the FA Cup with Arteta, that meant the world to me. And yeah, I mean, there's been some good games, but I think the FA Cup with Arteta, I think nothing can really beat that. But I know that some people value the FA Cup in different ways. People might think it's a small cup, but to me, I think it's like, I think growing up, everyone dreams of winning it. So yeah, it's going to be the FA Cup for Arteta.
Definitely. I think the disrespect that the FA Cup gets nowadays is it's disgusting, really, because I mean it's one of the best cup competitions, one of the oldest cup competitions. Exactly. I remember when there used to be kind of full coverage all day, every day. Everyone used to get absolutely buzzed about it, and now everyone looks at it like it's a shit cup. So I don't agree with it. So I'm with you there. So I love the FA Cup, and I would love for United to win it again sometime soon. That would be great, but you guys can hold on to it for now. I'm just going to quickly go to the comments to see who we have in tonight. Evening. We've got Paul in. Paul, I hope you're doing well. I've seen you on a few channels tonight. You're channel hopping. Matt is in here. Evening, Matt. I hope you're doing well. John, we've got John Arnold. Absolutely lovely. The She Devils invasion. Yep, of course. We're always here. And Paul says R.I.P. Claude. Yep. And Reese, we've got Reese as well, as always. This is correct. No matter what, we should be against one another. No, definitely not. 3 Devils and 2 Gooners. Yep, we're putting a little bit of a spin on it tonight to see how it goes. And Reese, who actually came up with our name, has said 3 Devils and a Highbury reborn, just like being kind to the Arsenal reps, of course. So I like that. So getting into it, ladies, I'm going to come to my Arsenal fans first. The Arsenal defeat against Liverpool. I don't know about the United girls, but I wanted you to win, because we absolutely love seeing Liverpool lose. And even though it is Arsenal, I was sitting there and I was thinking, my mum would be proud of me. I wanted Arsenal to win. So break it down for me. You never really looked like you were getting into the game at all. I mean, from minute one. So Jen, do you want to break it down for me? What were your thoughts on the
game? It was the worst performance I've seen in a long time, and that's saying something, seeing as we have not been playing well for the last 2 seasons. It was diabolical, absolutely ridiculous. Aubameyang, Laka, Pepe didn't play. Ceballos was hiding. It was disgusting. the lack of motivation for those players was ridiculous. Absolutely disgusted by them. And you know how positive I am normally.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked.
I was so upset, so annoyed, so angered by them. It was unreal. And I'm still really, really cross. I've had a crap weekend. And there was 2 things I read on Twitter and I actually agreed with. One of them said that all the players on the pitch, all on the Arsenal side, should donate their pay to charity this week. I agree with that completely because they did not play. The only people that played were our defence, and they got caught out. Look, Rob Holding again, caught out ball watching.
You said that a few times, to be fair.
Yeah. Gabriel, he needs Louise with him. He needs somebody strong with him because he was kind of all over the place, not sure what to do. So he missed Louise. He missed Xhaka as well. And the other thing I saw was, I can't remember it now, but I can't remember. Oh, it's gone. Oh, that's really weird. Anyway, but so personally, I put that we missed Louise, we missed Xhaka, we missed Saka, we missed Smith Rowe. All of those we missed, but we shouldn't have to miss them. Like I said, I feel when Saka and Smith Rowe are playing, is a good little player. When Aubameyang's playing with him, he never plays. I don't know, is it he's not getting the passes through to him? He's running wrong. They didn't get into the final third, nearly in the whole first half. How are you supposed to win a game if you're not making runs? You know, it was going back to our goalkeeper because our defence had nowhere to pass the ball to because nobody was running. They were all hiding. And then he was just kicking long balls to no one. Yeah. So
hit and hope, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. And Liverpool didn't play well in the first half. Liverpool were there for the taking. As soon as Jota came on, I was dreading Jota coming on because I think he's a brilliant little player.
I said it. The second I seen him on the touchline, I was like, that's it. He's scoring.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
He has been absolutely insane.
What definitely, he's been such a great signing for Liverpool, and I hate saying that because he's absolutely brilliant.
Something about those Portuguese, isn't it?
Oh, I know.
Something about them. So, what are your thoughts on the game? Were you as pissed off as Jen?
Yeah, I just want to say, starting off with about Claude, I just want to say that my thoughts go out to his friends and family because it was such a difficult time. I didn't even know him, and I was crying over it, and it must be so sad for everyone. And I think because of David Rocastle, that anniversary, I went into the game thinking the players would want to put a good performance in for that, and I'm still speechless. I'm still hurt by it. There was just, I don't know why, there was no motivation, inspiration. I don't think the players just didn't know why they wanted to win. They didn't know what it meant to win. Because if I'm being honest, Liverpool in that first half, they only had 2 proper shots on target that really threatened Arsenal. And I don't understand why we were playing so deep. Was that our game plan going to the game? I think I am Arteta and I will say that now, but I just was a bit confused how he set the players up. And I just felt really confused. And Aubameyang, like I said, they just don't work well. It's a very defensive team when they're playing together. And I think that in that game, you realised how much we need Smith Rowe and Xhaka. He is so important to our midfield. Saka as well, he was missed, and I feel sorry for Pepe, if I'm being honest, because he got no service whatsoever, and I think Cedric, I would have liked him to play because he suits the system better, but I think Chambers did deserve to start from his good performance against West Ham, but yeah, I'm just really hurt by that performance. I just think it was a very coward performance. It was very lacking that energy, that desire to win. We didn't want to win. I think Liverpool, I've got to say, that was a well-deserved win for them. They were more hungry than us. And I'll agree with Amy. When Jota was on that touchline, I knew he was going to score goals. And I think with Arsenal, we didn't have anyone apart from Martinelli that could come on and actually add something to this team. And I think that was a big issue. I think Ceballos, the thing is, like, I do feel bad for him because it's obviously a shame when it doesn't work out with players, but I don't know what's going on with him. Like, I don't know why it's not working. He's just not good enough, unfortunately, at the moment. So, yeah, I'm still hurt by it, but I think we've just got to try and get over it.
I mean, you've got a big week coming up, and as do United as well. We've both got big games coming up on Thursday in the Europa League. So I think, as much as the defeat hurts, I think you just need to check it off and move on. You can be angry about it for another day or two, but then you concentrate on the Europa League. I just wanted to say as well, do you guys still think that top 6 is doable for you guys? Because, I mean, you're currently sat in 10th, 9 points off Chelsea in 4th and 7 points off Liverpool in 6th. So do you realistically think that top 6 is still like attainable and doable? Because you've got a pretty good run coming up. I mean, it's more favourable than some of the other teams around you. I mean, you've got, with no disrespect to any of these teams, you've got bottom half of the table teams. You've got Sheffield, Fulham, Newcastle, West Brom, and the only one in there that could be a potential bad game is Everton.
Chelsea.
Yeah, when's that?
That's near it. It's in the middle of the run.
Yeah. So you've got a favourable run coming up compared to some of the teams. Do you honestly think?
But look what Newcastle did Spurs yesterday as well. They could do that to anyone.
And West Brom to Chelsea.
Yeah.
True.
They're not actually easy games anymore, so.
To be fair, in the Premier League, there is no easy games. I know everyone says it and all the managers say it, but I think they just do it to kind of lick arse and everything to the managers. But there isn't really an easy game, especially this season, because the season is all over the shop. Everything's going up and down. There's been shock results left, right and centre. So I'll put it out there. Do you think that you will still finish top 6, Jan?
No.
Oh,
first time I've said it. No.
Yeah, that's the first time. Is it just the hope that's kind of slowly slipped away?
It's the way we played. It's the way we played Saturday. If we haven't got those players, if they're injured, Tierney's out, like that means playing either Cedric or Saka in left back. Do you know? No, I can't see it. I actually can't see it now. I'm just, as I said to my son earlier, I hope we finish in the top half. I am so disappointed. So disappointed with them. And I'm very much Aubameyang out.
I'll come on to that later. I've got another question for you about Aubameyang. Okay. But yeah, I just thought I'd add a little bit of a layer about him because I've seen a few things on Twitter recently that I wanted to get your thoughts on. I'll actually throw this question out to you as well, Soph. Do you think that loss shows Arteta is more focused on Thursday? Soph, what do you think?
I think I'm in the middle. I think because obviously Thursday, if we win, and we keep winning Europa League, that would get us a trophy. I think Arteta is focused on both. I think it's more a reflection on the players. I think if someone asked Arteta, what would you rather? He would say Europa League. I think I'd probably say Europa League because that will save our season, really. It's been a diabolical season for Arsenal. And yeah, I just think the Europa League should be our priority. And I do think it will be our priority because even though it's been a bit of a roller coaster, like with the Benfica game and all of that, I do think that we can do well. We can be successful in Europa League. So I definitely think that'll be Arteta's priority.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think you'll still finish top 6?
No way. No, do you know what? I'm a very positive person, but I'm honest. And if you think about it, I kind of think the players' mindset is what will top 6 get us Europa League next season. It's just I think the mindset is very negative in this team. So I think because the players will think, oh, what will that do for us? You know what I mean? It's the same every season. We get Europa League and yeah, I just think that top 6 is definitely off, unfortunately. But I feel like I'll just be happy to be in the top 10 because at the start of the season, I really thought we were going to get relegated at some point.
Yeah,
So
it looked
I
a bit
think I'll just
dodgy
be
at
happy to stay in the Premier League.
definitely. I mean, I think there was a point where you went on a big losing streak and an unwinnable streak, and I thought, oh shit, like they could actually get relegated here. I think we were all kind of reveling in it, but you kind of think, oh fuck, like this is dangerous. Moving on from Arsenal, ladies, I want to talk about United for a little bit. We obviously won 2-1 yesterday against Brighton. The first half, in my opinion, was one of the worst performances I've seen from United this season because it was just awful. The first 15 minutes, I thought we were really good. We were passing. It was quick tempo. Obviously, Mason had that shot that hit the post as well. And I thought they looked really up for it. But then the first attack that Brighton had, they scored from it. But yet again, it's down to our defensive errors. Amy, talk me through that first half of shite.
To be honest with you, I do agree, right? So the first 10-15 minutes were really good. Like, it was high tempo. We were looking sharp enough, but we were missing that killer ball. I think we were lacking a lot of creativity yesterday. But once we conceded that goal, the heads just dropped, and it was so boring, and it was just awful. Now, to be honest with you, I knew this game was going to be. It wasn't going to be easy, to be honest, because every game that we say is going to be easy against these lower clubs, they're never easy. They always make it so hard for themselves. So, yeah, no, we just lacked a lot of creativity, to be honest, in the first half. To be honest, the whole game actually lacked creativity, and we're kind of just waiting on these moments of madness. But you know what? It's football at the end of the day. Nothing is easy going. It's not plain sailing. You have to win ugly sometimes, and that's just the way it is.
The thing that I think most United fans have in their head is because we were so dominant in the past, they almost expect it, which it's not a given. Like, we were so dominant back in the day because there was no one apart from the odd few that could really challenge in terms of the money, the revenue, and like the players that we had, and that's why we were so dominant. But nowadays you've got a dozen other clubs that can match you, so it's not a given anymore. You need to work your ass off for it. And
the thing is with United supporters now, they're looking for a manager that is exactly like Alex Ferguson, and that's just not going to be the case anymore. Even games under Sir Alex Ferguson, like, games weren't easy. We did have to win games ugly.
we also lost some with Fergie as well. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
I don't know, to be honest. I will take absolutely any win. Rather it's like a 1-0, rather it's like a 2-1 yesterday. I don't care what it is, to be honest. I don't care if it's a 99th minute fucking penalty after the final whistle. I'll fucking take the win. So, like, I'm just so sick of the negativity, to be honest. At the end of the day, we won 3 points. We won 3 points, and we're that bit closer to sealing second spot. Like, so, I'm just sick of the negativity, to be honest.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it wasn't pretty, but you can't win every game pretty by playing fantastic football and winning 4-0 or 5-0, whatever. But you've just got to grind out them games sometimes. Those are the games that we would usually drop points against. And in my opinion, 18 months ago, we wouldn't have won that game. But now the mentality has changed. I mean, we've won 25 points from losing positions this season. That's the most of anyone in the Premier League. So surely that shows that the players do have that mentality. They just need to, we obviously need to add a few more little bits and pieces into our team to make it
whether people want to believe it or not, we're actually better off now than we were last season. We're actually 14 points higher than we were this time last season. So
yeah.
I don't now, to be honest with you, I know we're losing stupid games, like losing that game to Leicester. I don't even want to think about the Champions League because we absolutely threw that away. But
don't go
there. I know last season as well we lost 3 fucking semi-finals, but like, there is we can still see progress, right? But
Of course we can.
there are spots in the team that need to be filled.
Mhm.
So look, every team is the same. There's a spot in every team that needs to be filled. Well, Bar City, to be honest, but it's stepping stones, to be honest. And I think Ollie will be able to take us somewhere. Whether other people believe it or not, I don't know.
I'm completely with you on that one. I've kind of had it up to here with the Ollie in, Ollie out, shake it all about crap. I'm fed up of it. Like, we've got a manager who clearly cares about the club. He runs red. Like, he is Mr. Manchester United. And there was a video that I saw the other day that people weren't happy with Van Gaal, but he won us trophies. They weren't happy with Jose, but he won us trophies. And now we're happy with the man in charge, but we don't have any trophies. So you can't have everything. So we had, obviously, David Moyes, who was too soft, Jose Mourinho, who was too hard, and now we've got someone in the middle and they're still not happy. So I can't really be asked to get involved with the whole Ollie in, Ollie out situation. I just want to support my club, and that's all.
Obviously, there are areas in Ollie's own game himself that he needs to improve, but
of course,
they are like
criticism.
I do believe we are actually playing better football. Like, there's games this season where I have actually really enjoyed the football that we played, and we could not see that under Jose Mourinho.
Anything was better than Jose
especially
Mourinho.
Not David Moyes. No. So if we're playing better football and we're winning games, I'm going to take it, and I don't care what anyone else thinks, to be honest.
Preach it. Chelsea, what did you make of the game yesterday? Sum it up for me.
Yeah, I mean, I echo everything you said. Like, it wasn't a pretty win, but it was a win at the end of the day, and that's what we need. Obviously, I was happy for, to Greenwood. And
sorry to interrupt. Lingard is after scoring 5 minutes in.
Just in it. What was that now? Oh yeah, it was nice to see Rashford and Greenwood on the score sheet again. Obviously, I know we've been sort of drying up a little bit of goals recently, so it's been nice to see them score. Obviously, I've been really happy for Greenwood. He needs this sort of confidence back, and the way he played yesterday in the position that he played when Cavani came off just showed that he is, a really, really good in that position, that number 9 position. And that's a benefit I took from the game. Again, like, so we got 3 points, and I think, obviously I'm not going to jinx it, but I think that's pretty much top 4 sealed now. I would say, but you never know. But no, I think.
Someone please touch wood. Like, I can't.
Yeah, I'm
do
touching
that.
it. Don't worry. I'm touching it. But no, I think that's pretty much top 4 touch wood sealed off now. So we just need to sort of, like Aim said, I don't really care how we win the game, as long as we win it, as long as we get 3 points. I don't mind. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take a scrappy win because it's a win.
Especially at this point in the season, I think, because we've got a tough running coming in. So
exactly, we need every single point we can get. So, like I said, I'm happy with the win. It wasn't the most exciting watch in the world, but you can't have everything. So
yeah, definitely. Reese says, finally, fuck the Ollie in and Ollie out debates. Just be a Manchester United fan and enjoy it, but also you have to have a voice. So that's what I was saying before. Ollie's not above critique. I know that there's areas of his management that need to be improved, like his in-game management, his substitutions, which for a sub, he seems to be fucking allergic to them. Bless him. But yeah,
he's improving though.
He is improving. Yeah,
he's improved the last couple of games.
Yeah, I remember the first time we saw him sub on at half time. I was just like, whoa, stop the world. Ollie has made a sub at half time. But of course, there's areas of the game that he needs to improve on. But it's the same as Arteta as well. There's areas of his game that he needs to improve on. Pep as well. I don't really want to talk about him because it fucking pisses me off.
No.
But there's areas of every single manager's game that they can improve on. So Ollie is not perfect by any means necessary, but I'm happy with him, and I honestly don't give a shit what anyone says. The Ball Rory says, I honestly believe Ollie can take us places. He has the right players. Has he the right players?
No.
Like I said before, no. But some of them will obviously be in that plan. But we've seen since Ollie's taken over that he has pushed the ones out of the door that he doesn't want here. And after that Everton defeat, he said that he would do that. He said there's players here that will not be part of this club, and he's done that. And I honestly think he is trying to get Phil Jones out of this club, but he's just not. No one fucking wants him.
Who's going to take him? Seriously, like,
Ladies, do you need a centre back?
No.
He's tall. He's always injured. That's all I got. Fergie apparently said he was going to be the next best thing, but I mean, we'll scratch that one off. We'll just say it was the end of his tenure. So
he could have quite possibly have been if he could stay fit.
I genuinely don't think so.
he's and I think the very same about Boy. Obviously, we've seen what Boy can do, but if the man can stay fit, it'd be great. Like,
he can't stay fit. He can't stay virus free either because he's just tested positive for COVID as well. So the man has got a weak immune system, weak ankles, weak back. So I genuinely don't know anymore, but I think it is time to kind of close that chapter and look at a new centre-back 100%. I'll move on. Ladies, quickly. I just wanted to ask you both, United ladies, sorry. Do you think that top 4 is doable? I'm not going to say done and dusted because I don't like saying, because I got well too carried away with the whole 21 is coming thing. I thought we were going to win the league. When we were top for about 2 weeks, I thought that's it, we've won the league, no one's catching us. So I got a bit giddy, so I'm definitely keeping my feet planted firmly on the ground this time. But do you think that we will finish in the top 4, and what's the highest position that you think we will finish? Ames.
I mean,
oh yeah, I think we'll get second.
Nice.
I think if we can keep picking up points and keep adding to our game, I think we won't. Like, we're gone 4 points ahead of Leicester now. I think is it 9 ahead of Chelsea. So we should be all right. Now I know we have Spurs on Sunday, but fuck Spurs. We'll beat them this time.
Windy revenge.
I do not want another repeat of that game because I think you won't see me for a few weeks. I'll be gone. You'll have to find someone else. Amy, you'll have to host for a bit because I won't be accountable for what I'll do if we lose to them again. The thing about Spurs is they're so shit at the moment. Like, I hate the manager and I hate the way they play because it's just Jose Mourinho. It reminds me of what he did to us. So I just want to just get that out of our system and really, really make up for that defeat at the start of the season because that was absolutely awful. But we do have quite a tough run in for the next 5 games. We've got Spurs, Burnley, Leeds, Liverpool and Villa for the next 5 games, which is quite tough because obviously you've got Liverpool in there, which I can never count form into consideration when we play Liverpool or City or any of the big teams like that. And obviously Leeds as well. We know how much that means to United fans to beat Leeds. And I think the manner in which we beat them in the first half of the season, they will want to come back and come for blood, really. So we do have a tough run in, but I think that top 4 is pretty much.
I agree. I'm the same. Like I said, I don't want to accept touch wood, but I think top 4 is pretty much set, and I agree with Ames. I think we'll be fine finishing second. So yeah, hopefully.
I agree, Matt, as well. The Man City game that we won 2-0, we played great, and we did. But people seem to forget that City lost to us because apparently everyone wants to lick their asses. But hey ho, that's just what money does to you.
West Ham are gone 2 up.
Have they? Who are they playing?
Wolves.
I'm
just checking who scored there.
Arsenal ladies, Jen, I wanted to come to you first. Is Arteta under any pressure whatsoever? Because from the outside looking in, it seems that there's absolutely no pressure on him whatsoever. And you guys are sitting in 10th. But every single week, there seems to be an agenda about Ollie and other managers like that aren't performing. But Arteta seems to be sliding under the radar a little bit. from an inside point of view, is there any pressure on him? Because it doesn't seem like there is.
There are plenty of Arteta out people. There really are. And like you with Ollie, it drives me mad because I just think, let the manager get on with it and see where he's going. I can see, not from Saturday's game, but from the previous games, from January on, I can see where he's going. I can see what he wants. So let the manager have his time with the players without the pressure. You know, I think if we had supporters in the stadiums, it would be different as well.
I agree with you.
I'd say he might have been sacked in January had we supporters, because we went with that we had that 9-game run where we didn't win. But since January, he's turned it around, and Saturday was an anomaly. It really was. But there is a lot of pressure on him. But I don't think it's coming from the board, or like Edu is backing him. Like, please God, we'll get some players in the summer. And it's just some of the fans, really. And we're really divided kind of half and half. But as I don't know if Sophie knows or not, I am an Arteta in person as well. So, you know, I believe in giving somebody time. I know this time next year, he will be under a lot of pressure if we're in this same position. He'd be gone, I'd say, in the summer if this time next year, if he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I think I completely agree. I think supporters in the stadium is a massive boost for Arteta, to be completely honest, because a 9-game run without a win it's not great at all. Yeah, so I do think that the pressure would have been massively on him. So you are Arteta in, aren't you? What are your thoughts on the whole Arteta situation?
I kind of agree with like literally everything Jen's just said, but I think the fans are the one that are putting pressure on Arteta. I think I do like understand like those that are Arteta out, because it's not good. But like, are we 10th? And that's not where we should be as a club. And yeah, it's not good enough. So I do really get people that are Arteta out. I think there's a certain amount of Arsenal fans that are just like abusive towards Arteta, and they just want him to not do well, and I feel like they want us to lose so he gets sacked, and that's not how it should be. I think it's difficult when we went through that bad run of games. It was just embarrassing, hurtful to watch, and obviously he's turned it around. I think there's quite a few players that don't want to perform for Arteta, and those players that have let us down for years under Wenger, Unai Emery, Freddie Ljungberg. So yeah, I just think like with the right players, Arteta will do well. I think we've seen from Partey, Gabriel, they've been successful. I think they've really helped Arsenal. I think Willian, I think he's been okay. I think that he's obviously getting a bit better recently. But yeah, I just think with more time, I think in the summer that'll be huge to see who he brings in. And we also have to remember that he did get rid of so many players like Ozil, Mustafi, Kolasinac. They have been causing us problems for so many years. And yeah, I just think like Arteta needs more time, really.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And I've said this before, I think Chelsea were a bit hasty to sack Lampard when they did. You girls know I absolutely hate Lampard, but I do think as a kind of a manager, he should have had more time. But we all know Abramovich does not fuck around. If he doesn't get success in the first 10 games, you're gone, basically. I want to quickly go on to Ollie, just for a little bit. I know we've already touched on him, but I wanted to talk about the contract extension for Ollie, the apparent contract extension. Amy, do you think it's deserved? And do you think he should be extended as Man United manager?
I mean, why not? Like the last thing I think, well, some United fans, obviously the last thing we wanted this managerial merry-go-round. I absolutely hate it. No, I know Chelsea are notorious for it, like, but it's just not it. Like you obviously when you have a manager to come in, obviously you want them to succeed.
Mhm.
But by all means, I think Ollie has done slightly better than any other manager that has been with us. And I know he hasn't won a trophy yet, but I think once he does, obviously, I think he's going to be well deserving of that contract extension, to be honest. And as I said earlier, we are playing better football than we have been the last 2 years. So, well, slightly better football. But I think that's all down as well to us signing Bruno Fernandes, to be honest, because he just brought so much creativity to the team, to be honest.
Mhm.
So I think if he can sign more players in the summer, right winger, defensive midfielder, I think he'd be well on the road, to be honest, and hopefully we'll be title contenders then at that stage, even for any trophy, to be honest. I'd love an FA Cup. Even if we don't win the league, at least if we kept it tight at the top of the table, like I wouldn't even mind that. But if you can win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, I'd be delighted.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Chelsea, what are your thoughts on Ollie? Is it deserved?
I mean, I agree. Like, I don't. If you think about it, like, who would replace him if we did get rid of him? Like, I know Poch has gone to PSG now, but like, he's not particularly doing very well there at the minute either. Like, I
Fucking
just
up a
can't
one-horse race.
him. But okay.
He's fucking up a one-horse race. They win it all the
Yeah,
time,
exactly,
and now it looks like they're not going to win it.
Exactly. So, like, who would replace him? I don't see the point. I agree with him. I don't like Tom Andrew or merry-go-round. We've had enough managers in the last few years to sort of, know that it doesn't really work. It's not like Ollie. Obviously, Ollie has definitely helped us progress, and we're playing so much better football there, and we're doing better than we've been doing. But like Aim said, we don't have the players just yet, I don't think, to win the title. I think we need to make a few signings. The board need to back him, which I know is a big ask, but the board need to back him. We need the right players, the players that we need, and then maybe we can have that title challenge. There you go.
Reece puts it perfectly.
Yeah, but yeah, like I'm all for the contract extension because, like I said, he's not. I'm all in. I've always have been. I'm not one of them people who, I know there's a lot of people you saying before, people who flip flop between Twitter. Like, I'm all in. I'm gonna back the manager no matter what. So yeah, like, and especially if we win a trophy, if we win the Europa League as well, especially then that'll even give him a bit more credit to get a contract extension. But no, I'd be down for it 100%.
I just don't understand. Like, a lot of these fans want Ollie out, but they don't know who they want to replace him because there really is actually no one there to replace him. Now, I know the people have been calling for Allegri. I personally do not want Allegri.
No.
So there actually is no one there to replace him at the moment. So I just keep going as it is, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I'm sick of having manager after manager. Look, I backed Van Gaal until the end. I backed Jose until the end, and I will do the same with Ollie. The only manager, funnily enough, that I did not back was David Moyes.
Moyes doesn't count.
Moyes does not count.
No, that era doesn't count. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's a distant memory. I don't know what Fergie was thinking when he recommended Moyes, but hey ho, we'll leave that as a lapse in judgment as well. But I think all the comments are right as well. I mean, the contract extension only works if it's properly backed. But ladies, we know our board is absolute dog shit. Yep. I just hope with this new structure in place that it can, get a bit better. But hopefully we'll move on to that in a bit. I wanted to quickly talk about the Europa League games that we both have coming up this week on Thursday, up the Thursday night, of course. Obviously, Arsenal, you guys have Slavia Prague. What we thinking?
I'll let Sophie go first.
Go on, Sophie. What are you thinking about Slavia
All I'm
Prague?
going to say is I hope we beat the shit out of them. That's all
Yes.
I'm going to say. Do you know what, though, honestly? I think it's going to be a difficult game. They've beaten like Rangers, Leicester, a Premier League side. So I don't care how we win. I think we've just got to win. I think we should just go for it. I think the first leg's at home, which I think is good for us. So I think I'd rather we just score lots on the first leg. But yeah, I think when our last Europa League game, I just felt like our performances were very like lackluster, like no energy, and I just want the players to know how much this means, because this will save our season. We have to win this. I think we can do it. I think the players owe us a really good performance from because they can't be putting them performances in like the other day. So yeah, I think we can do it. I think we have to. So
yeah, it's do or die really for Arsenal in the Europa League. Jen, I'll come to you next. What are you thinking about the tie? I mean, like Soph said, they're not an easy ride, but I know we all fucking hate them because they're racist bastards. But I think we're all kind of in agreement that we would like to see them dumped out of that competition as soon as possible. So what are you thinking about Thursday?
I'm hoping Saka and Smith Rowe will be fit enough to play. If they are, then I'd say we'll beat them easy. If they're not, I'd be more worried. I'd hope at least one of them will be able to play, because I would actually drop Aubameyang if Saka or Smith Rowe was able to play. But then it's like, do you put Cedric in left back, or do you have to put Saka at left back? And if you have to put Saka at left back, then we're missing an attacking force there. He can still bomb up the left-hand side, but he has to do defensive duties as well then. I would agree with Billy Bryant. A 2-0 would be perfect, but we'll see. Like, before Saturday, I was very much, we're going to win it, absolutely no problem. And Saturday has just knocked my confidence. It really has. And I know we have to put it behind us. I've been in terrible form since it, but I'm hoping that was a one-off and Arteta gets into them and actually, get some play in. So please God, we'll win 2-0. As long as they don't get an away goal, or if they only get one away goal, that would be good. Even if we lost 1-0, it's still only one away goal for them. And that's how I look at it. So losing 1-0 wouldn't be as bad as, say, a 3-3 draw. So that's how I'm looking at it. I want us to stop them scoring, and hopefully we'll get a couple ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Ladies, I'll move on to United. We've obviously got Granada. I think it was one of the most favourable draws. I would never say easy draw, because at the end of the day, it's the quarterfinal in the Europa League.
And it's United.
Thanks, Amy. And it is United, yes. But I would never say an easy draw, because I don't really like to disrespect opponents unless it's justified. So if it's Liverpool or Leeds or something like that. But what do you think the score is going to be, Amy? Do you think it'll be a good match, or do you think it's going to be like Brighton? Or
see, it's hard to predict these games because I haven't watched Granada play at all in the Europa League this season, so I actually don't even know myself. But one positive is our first leg is away from home, so I think if we can score 3 or 4, I'd be happy. And please, for the love of God, don't start Rashford.
No,
the man needs a rest. But I reckon if we could score 3 or 4, to be honest, I'd be very happy. Because the away goals will benefit us in the long run. Hopefully we can kill off the game in the first leg, and then we kind of not easy sailed into the second leg, obviously, because they come back and score 3 or 4 goals back. But at least a lot of pressure will be off us for the second leg then.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I do prefer being away first, because especially this season, our home form is absolutely atrocious. So I'd rather go away first, try and get a few good goal cushions, away goals as well, and hope, like we did with Sociedad, kill it off in the first leg, hopefully, and then come back to Old Trafford and kind of rest a few players that we don't really need to. But I'm with you there, Ames. Rashford should be absolutely nowhere near. He shouldn't even be on the plane. He shouldn't be with the team at all. He should be at home, or he should be on a bloody physio table or a surgery table or whatever he needs, because he's not right. And if we keep playing him through all these little niggles that he has, he's going to be retired by the age of 25, 26.
I was just going to say.
It's going to be horrible. And he's such
But
a
it's not
talent.
only that. Ollie and the medical staff need to put their foot down in this case, because they shouldn't let a player walk all over them like that, to be honest with you. I understand he loves United. I understand that he wants to play, but he's just digging himself early retirement, to be honest, and it's just not good. Like, it doesn't look very good in our medical staff either.
No, I completely agree. Chelsea, what are you thinking about Thursday night?
Yeah, and again, I don't really know much about Granada. I know they're 9th in the league. I think they're 30 points behind top of the league. So obviously they're not, they're not on paper. They're not looking like a dangerous side. Obviously, I'm not gonna, disrespect them or push them down, because you never know. But like you said, I'm happy that we're away from home first. I'm hoping we do a Sociedad and 4-0 in the first go, and obviously we can go into it, rest a couple of players in the second leg, get through that way. But I do think we need to start a strong team on Thursday to obviously do that. I don't want to end up doing a Leicester, leaving a lot of players out, and then like we did in the cup, and obviously end up messing it up like that. I agree, Rashford should not be playing. Realistically though, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be okay. And like I said, I think we will. If we do what I've just said, I think we will probably kill it off in the first round and try and make it a little bit easier for ourselves. But like I said, I'm not going to disrespect them. I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy, because every time I say it, it's not. So
let's just not do that anymore. Paul says his 11 versus Granada would be Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Van der Beek, Pogba, Bruno, Greenwood, Cavani, and James. I'm okay with that. I quite like that. I do think that he might start De Gea.
That's 12 players, though.
Is it?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, it's not 11. I think.
Look, I'm all for the Van de Beek, Bruno, and Pogba midfield, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just a bit worried about Van de Beek playing that holding position, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially when he's not had many games.
He played their underage, all right, but after that, I don't think he played much in that position. So I'd just be worried, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't think we should take it very lightly. I think we should put out a strong 11 just so we can kind of kill it off. I don't want Leicester vibes from that game, because it was that was absolutely awful.
Well, Mada's my best friend, so.
I haven't got any shout outs, unfortunately. I did try to get Victor Lindelof to wish me a happy birthday, but he clearly doesn't care about me anymore. So there we go. Jen, I wanted to come back to your Aubameyang comments recently. So I've seen a lot on Twitter since the defeat to Liverpool about how Arsenal fans think that Aubameyang is actually bad for the club and you should sell him and look for an alternative for the Arteta rebuild. Is that what you were kind of hinting at earlier?
Even before I saw all of that actually made me feel a bit better, because I thought I was just being really overcritical.
On your own, yeah.
Yeah. Since he signed his new contract in the summer, I was one of these people that were jumping up and down going, yeah, Aubameyang signed his new contract. He was a 20-goal a season person, like goal scorer for us. And I'm like, oh, thank God we haven't lost our goal scorer. Mm-hmm. Since he signed, he has been awful. I know he had a few issues at home with his mum and everything like that, but he came back last week from international break, and his attitude going into the I was going to say staff room. You can tell I'm a teacher. Going into the changing room was disgusting. Now, I know he didn't have to be in that day, but he was like, hey, boys, look at me. I'm the best. Look at my hair. Am I great? He has done nothing on the pitch.
Yeah.
He is getting a humongous wage to score us goals. And he has done nothing on the pitch. He is not our captain. He has not come out after a game and done an interview in I don't know how long. Lacazette has. You know, other people have. David Luiz is more of a captain than he is. And I wouldn't have been a lover of David Luiz. But actually, I really, up till he got injured, when he wasn't playing Saturday, I was like, oh my God. And people were going, oh, he'll give away a penalty just as well he's not playing. But I'm like, no, look, we need him. He actually keeps our defence solid. And he's the one shouting. Kieran Tierney is more of a captain than Aubameyang. You know, it's just, he is not a captain. He is just awful at the moment. And I would bench him. I don't think anyone will want to buy him and I don't think he'll want to go because he's on such good money now, which is ridiculous. It's another Ozil situation. If Arteta doesn't get into him and start talking to him, it'll be another Ozil situation. And he was there when Ozil was there. So he knows how he's going to play the game. I think he had it in his mind all the way. He doesn't give a damn. And I'm so cross about him. And if he comes out and scores the winner in the Europa League final, then I might feel a bit different. Or I might say, well, he owes it to us. You know? But I have never been this way about a player. And I am about him. Like, I love Arsenal. I love our players. And I think our players need to love us and play for us. And they don't. He's not. At the moment, he's just thinks he's cock of the walk. Like,
yeah. No, I completely agree. Soph, what are your thoughts on Aubameyang? Do you think he's just completely messed it since his contract extension, or are you willing to give him a little bit more time, or do you think he should leave?
I'm really confused, like, what is going on? And Jamie Carragher actually said something today that made me realise a lot. He actually said it will be like the Mesut Ozil situation. You give him so much money, but then he doesn't do anything, like, on the pitch. Like, I love Aubameyang. When he signed that contract, I cried. I was so happy, like, and I don't know what's going on this season. I know he's had problems with his, like, mum, and I just don't think he should be on the pitch. I think he should be on the bench. Martinelli deserves to play. But yeah, I just don't know what's going on. I'm really annoyed and frustrated because to me, he's not a captain. And I don't know if that's put more pressure on him and that's why he performs worse because he has that responsibility. And I don't know why he doesn't come out after a match and, takes responsibility. When we've played poor, he should come out and, like, accept that responsibility. Yeah. I don't know if we should tell him because obviously Lacazette, Aubameyang, they're getting on a bit. I think I'd rather keep Lacazette because he adds more on the pitch. But yeah, I just think we're better off without Aubameyang, and that breaks my heart to say that. But I'd rather see Balogun play, or I just think like Nketiah could probably do more, and that is me saying something. I'm getting frustrated. But yeah, I just think Tierney, Lacazette, maybe Leno should just be our captain because I think it is putting that pressure on him that he probably can't deal with.
That's the kind of same situation that I think we have with Maguire, especially obviously not recently because he's been playing well, but towards the start of the season when he had all that personal trouble and he wasn't playing well at all, there were people calling for the captaincy to be taken off him. But I think
we actually had the same issue with Paul Pogba a couple of seasons ago as well. He got the captain's armband. I don't think he could deal with that pressure. I think when Bruno Fernandes signed, I think it took a lot of pressure off Pogba because obviously Pogba had to be the star of the show. Pogba was the only creative player on the pitch. But now with Bruno in there, he seems to kind of lightened up a little bit and been playing better football. So I think it does affect players. I just don't think they want that the added pressure. They don't want that what's the word? I can't even think of the word now, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But I think for a club to actually take a captain's armband off someone is a massive disrespect. And I know if the player's not playing well for the team, then it should be stripped from him. But I think it's a massive step to take. It's kind of saying, look, we don't think you're doing this. And I think the fans and the media perception of that will cause a lot more damage to the player who it's been taken off. Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm just trying to see both sides.
Can I just say, though, we did that to Xhaka, and Xhaka is a much better player now.
Yeah.
You know, he was captain at the time and he got booed off the pitch and everything.
I remember that, yeah.
I wanted him out then. But he is such a better player now for it. And that's what Aubameyang needs to do. He needs to prove himself again. You know, we won 3-1 against Spurs. He was dropped to the bench.
Yeah.
You know, we're a better team without him at the moment.
Yeah. I think this season is a definite kind of write-off. I mean, we've seen it with, obviously, Aubameyang, Timo Werner, Martial as well for us ladies. He's just been non-existent, and now it looks like he's out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. Obviously, he didn't really do much when he was there, but it's still a big loss because it's that kind of depth that we don't really have.
Yeah, we're missing attacking players now. So, but Rashford being injured as well, so Rashford's kind of in and out too. So it's obviously not good. Like,
So I mean, it's a topsy-turvy season. You've kind of got to take everything as it comes, ride it out this season. Hopefully, if all goes to plan with the UK, the roadmap and getting fans back into the stadiums and the season starting properly, they'll actually have, you know, the regular pre-season, and it won't be as congested as what it has been this year, because I think that has massively affected the players, in my opinion, because you're playing every 3 days the whole of the year and you're not really getting any breaks. And I know they're professional footballers and they should be used to it, but they're not really, if you think about it, because obviously there's not been that many international breaks either. There's not been as many as usual. So I do think that this season, I think you should kind of chalk it off as a shy up and down season and go again next year and just kind of kick on and have a good summer transfer window for both teams, because I know there's areas in both teams that we really need to address. So have a good transfer window and start the season off strong next year with a proper schedule that the footballers are used to, if that makes sense. Kind of rambled a little bit there. Reese says Tierney isn't captain material. He's better off being a leading team member. Doesn't have to be a central midfielder either. That or bring in your captain in the summer. What do you think about that? Do you guys think Tierney has the potential to be captain one day?
Yeah, I do personally. Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I disagree with that. I think some people think, you know, because he's not been here long, and yes, he might be leader on the pitch, but I definitely think he would be a captain. If someone said to me tomorrow, who would you pick? Tierney every day, all day. I just think that when he comes out after the interview, he says what you want to hear, but on the pitch, he shows you what we want as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Tierney definitely should be our captain, and hopefully he will be one day.
Yeah, I mean, he's still relatively kind of new to the team. He's kind of bedding his feet in, but he is looking like a good player. And is he injured now? Yeah, is it a bad injury?
He's having a scan tomorrow.
Oh dear.
We'll have to hope.
All the hope is gone. That's it. United ladies, I just wanted to quickly touch on the recruitment structure of United and how it's recently changed. So obviously we finally appointed a director of football, John Murtaugh, who has been with the club for over 7 years now.
First time I heard of them, to be honest.
I mean, it's not great, but I'm open-minded. So basically, John, it will be like the overall head of leadership and operation and strategy for football functions, and Darren Fletcher will work with John to add the technical input on kind of the first team and the footballing aspect of it, because he has more knowledge of that. But obviously, nothing's going to change because we still have Matt Judge as the head of negotiations, who, Amy, do you want to say it?
The man can't spell negotiate, let alone negotiate. So there's your
Exactly.
answer.
The man can't spell negotiate, let alone negotiate. I think Patrice Evra said last year that he had his phone off on deadline day. So I don't hold out much hope, but I'm open-minded. Hopefully the new structure is going to benefit United in signing new players, but we can only wait until the transfer window for that to happen. So I'm hoping and I'm staying optimistic, but I'm also keeping my feet firmly planted on the ground. Amy, what do you think of this whole restructure footballing director situation?
I mean, we were crying out for I don't know how long for a director of football because, like, Woodward, I don't like, to be honest with you, I think Woodward is a problem, but I think it's above him again that's a bigger issue. So I think it's probably more so the money aspect of it, but I just feel like they're a bit clueless when it comes into negotiating and trying to recruit. So obviously it has been a big issue. So I'm hoping, especially with Darren Fletcher there as well, I'm hoping we see a bit more movement in transfers, to be honest, and recruitment. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm actually not going to hold my breath until I see it because we know what it's been like over the last few years, and especially with this summer as well, with COVID and everything. I maybe give it till next year, but I don't know. I want to be optimistic about it. I want to say they're going to get us the right players, but just at what we've seen, to be honest with you, I know he's director of football now, to be honest, but I still think Woodward is going to get the last say, being completely honest, and that doesn't make me feel comfortable at all.
No, it definitely doesn't make me feel comfortable anymore either. Chelsea, what do you think?
I mean, it's a step in the right direction. It's promising that they've
Better than nothing.
Exactly, it's promising that they're making moves. I get that, but it's like it kind of reverts a little bit back to Mates FC, like we say quite a lot, like that. Murto, again, I've not really heard of him until doing research today, but he's been at the club for years. Fletcher obviously has been at the club. He's been coaching for about 2-3 months, however long it's been before he got appointed. And obviously he's been at the club before. But I don't know. I hope it's not just like giving them new job titles for the sake of it kind of thing, and I hope it actually does make an impact. Like I said, I'll reserve my judgment for now. I'm not gonna, come on saying like I'm disappointed with it because I'm not. It's a step in the right direction. It's something we've been crying out for ages. But I don't know. I think we'll just need to see if anything changes. Like I said, I'm not massively optimistic, but again, like I said, it's something, and something's better than nothing.
Yeah,
I did hear rumors that they wouldn't give Van der Sar the job because he would demand too much. Yeah, that's not good. Like,
no, I mean Van der Sar would have been the most appropriate choice, and we've been crying out for that for years. But for that to come out that apparently he would have demanded too much, this is Manchester United you're talking about, not some low league club that doesn't really have the money or the facilities to house a demanding director of football. Isn't that the point? Surely that's the point. But hey ho, we'll move on. I just wanted to quickly, before we go, touch on the weekend games. Obviously, Jen, Soph, you guys have Sheffield United. What are you thinking? Are you thinking? I want your predictions. Jen, go on.
A win. But I won't hold my breath. No, if we don't win, I swear to God, lads, I don't know what I'd be like here on next Monday. I'll be in tears and everybody will be laughing at me.
Oh, we would never laugh at
United.
Oh, you would.
Maybe inside. But I mean, we've all seen what Sheffield United can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Soph, what are you thinking about Sheffield United?
if we don't win, then that's just, I don't know. Like Sheffield United, they've been dreadful this season. Like if we didn't win, I honestly don't know what I'd do. I probably wouldn't watch football for ages. I'm probably gonna go 2-1 to Arsenal, but
Nice.
we've got to win. Honestly, I don't know what will happen if we lose because it's Sheffield United. But I think for them, they'll obviously want to try. Obviously, I do think they'll get relegated, but I just think they'll want to try and get as many points. I don't think any game is easy in the Premier League. But yeah, I just hope we get that win.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. United ladies, we've got Spurs. Obviously, I touched on it earlier. What are you thinking? Score predictions. Shoot at me, Amy.
Right. Harry
Careful what you
Kane is
say.
on form. Harry Kane is on form, so unfortunately, I do think we'll concede. But I am going to go. I'm going to go 3-1 United, and I want to boil a bit of piss. So Bruno Fernandes is getting a penalty.
Fabulous. That's what we like to see. I want to see Harry Kane sent off as well. Definitely. I don't know what it is with Harry Kane, but I just do not like the man. I think he is
Lamella.
horrible.
Lamella's
He's a
getting
cheat.
sent off this time. Lamella's
Get it
getting sent off this time.
He's getting a punch in the face. 100% is what he deserves.
Oh, where's Eric Bailly when you need him?
Yeah, he'd absolutely karate chop him into next week. He would. Chelsea, what are you saying for the score predictions?
Yeah, again, I don't think it's going to be an easy one, especially like we were saying, Harry Kane is on form at the minute, like he's banging in goals. But for some reason, when we have a harder game, we tend to do better and play better. So I'm going to say we're going to win. I'm going to say we're going to win 2-1.
Yeah, Reese agrees with you. He says, oh no, okay, I read that wrong. 2-1 versus Granada and 4-0 against Spurs. I think that is what everyone wants to see.
I wish, hope.
Please buy Spurs for us because that would be great.
We'll do our best. We will do our best.
Right.
Just want to go to a few of the comments before we leave as well. There it is. There's the Bruno prediction. Amy always predicts some sort of Bruno, either penalty, free kick, goal, assist, something. So it wouldn't be. Yep, it wouldn't be a review without an Amy prediction like that. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. We've been absolutely rambling on. I didn't even see the time going. We've been live for an hour and 5 minutes, but it's been great to chat to you. And I know the result wasn't as you guys hoped for Arsenal, but hopefully we'll come back on next week and we'll have a lot more to talk about. And hopefully you guys will be a little bit happier as well. And also you'll be happy with us because we will have smashed Spurs into the fucking middle of next week. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Jen, I believe you now have Twitter. Do you want to shout out your Twitter?
Yeah. At Gooner_Jen.
Nice. Amy, shout out your Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and C18.
Chell?
It's at ChellUTD on Twitter.
And Soph, do you want to shout out your Twitter and obviously your YouTube channel as well?
My Twitter is at TV_Gooner and my YouTube is Gooner Gossip TV.
Nice. And thanks everyone for getting in the comments as well. And Soph, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. I hope you'll come on again sometime because it'd be great to chat to you again. Big love for everyone in the comments as well. You've been absolutely fabulous tonight. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you. Bye.